is it possible for men and women to be equal?
The men won't let it. Because nowadays, men see women that have their shit together as danger to them. Now imagine if I have my shit together and you have your shit together and all of a sudden I'm the bad person because I don't need you in my life. You are not even giving me space to be equal, and now you're asking me if we can be equal. We can't be equal if you won't let me.
If the men let it, can men and women be equal?
Absolutely. Will I tell you why? Because even the World Bank has statistics that if there is equality between both gender, it will create more economic growth for the country, the global economy as well. We're talking equal in a sense of opportunities, in a sense of economic rights and all of that. I'm not saying
if you
equal
say
in the sense that
you can't say sense. Cha Igbo kwenu.
Hey.
So as funny as that sounds, that was the first thing that came to my mind the moment this camera came on. Well, once again, I'd like to welcome each and every one of our viewers to this episode of the Chaotic Pod. And you guys know that what we come here to do is to have very beautiful conversations about issues of life, everything and anything. And as you guys already know, I'm your host and my name is Prince Neche. And I'm also here with the fine lady of the house, the Asas How now. Ladies and gentlemen, Didi is in the building.
Hello, welcome to Chaotic Pod. It's so amazing to have you guys back again. I'm so happy to be here. I can't wait to see the chaos that unfolds this beautiful day. I'm here for it, shall we?
So you guys, we are happy to have you people here. Every time that we put out an episode, you guys run to come and watch. Thank you. We do not take it for granted. And if you're here for the first time, do not forget to like, follow, comment, share, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Chaotic Sessions. And I'll not forget to give a shout out to our sponsors of the Chaotic Pod, starting off with the Pocari Sweat drink. Now, if you look at our table, you will see the Pocari Sweat drink is not an energy drink, is like water, but it helps you to regain lost electrolytes. It's mostly for sports people and people we know they do sports, but we want they live healthy life. So very big shout out to Pocari Sweat.
So we're also giving a very big shout out to Dosavio Pizzas, one of the best sweet food brands currently in Nigeria. They make the best sweets so soft. And I know that Nigerians, we like kuje. So I'm signing you guys up to the biggest and the best sweet food brand currently in Nigeria. You should check them out.
Also want to shout out to the Flamingo Car Care, the number one car care brand in Nigeria. Anything that has to do with cars and, looking after your car, sealant, coolant, all the other ants, tenants, engine oil, gear oil, everything that has to do with car care. Flamingo Car Care is your number one car care product in Nigeria right now. I believe is your go-to Nigerian car care product. All right. So now I'm going to introduce our guests for today. Ladies and gentlemen, drum rolls. Number one is a very good friend of mine. I've known this guy for like the longest. He's a Twitter influencer. He's an entertainment personality, the manager to one of the biggest, entertainment exports out of the Southeast. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Happy L.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are here.
Now,
let's get chaotic.
If you see how he's behaving, you think he's a very sane person, but I promise you, he's anything else but sane.
I think the dada says otherwise.
So he looks what? Unsane or sane? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's everything else, but you see how he just started with like, hello everybody, I was and I saw you be. I promise you. Also, we have in the studio a very beautiful lady. She's a mass communicator, a TV person, a radio personality, and online OAP, Abby. Yes, her name is Faith Mabel, and ladies and gentlemen, I give you Faith Mabel. Please, a round of applause, guys.
Hi.
Good day. It's a good thing to be here. I'm happy to be in the chaotic session, and hopefully the chaos doesn't swallow us all.
I love that.
The chaos doesn't swallow us all. We know they fear chaos though. And you guys started off like very calm, very cool. I think is, let me just believe is how you guys are.
Is there a
You,
ground-
Faith. Let me believe that's how you are.
Yeah, you look that way.
I will never believe that's how the happy L is.
How can
Is
we
there a
be-
ground rule that says that every episode should start with chaos because the name is chaotic?
You know, it's not
What
a ground
were
rule.
you expecting?
So let me tell you what happened. So I know you before this session. So I know how chaotic you can get. So probably I was expecting that when I introduce you, you go start up, you go do like this.
I go do
All right, let's
Yeah.
get to what we're discussing today.
Okay.
What we are discussing today is the Nigerian type of feminism.
It's no longer universal.
You know, like
We are in Nigeria.
you would hold me to ransom because I said the Nigerian type of feminism.
Yeah.
But I like to believe that you guys understand what I am all about. Probably because, you know, this whole feminism thing, when we started, like when it became like a force, like an actual thing, actual force, we started hearing people say stuff like, it's not Nigerian, it's not like an African thing, it cannot work in Nigeria. Then we started now hearing that Nigerian feminism has become something else. Like after people have accepted, you know, the concept of feminism, and then we now started hearing stuff like Nigerian feminism. It has become, you know, you get what I'm saying. So that's why I'm saying the Nigerian feminism, if it can work. All right. So that brings me to the first question. Faith, first of all, can you give us like a rundown of what feminism actually is?
Should I tell you what feminism is generally, or what feminism is in Nigeria?
Maybe you should tell us the both.
Like a general overview, okay. So feminism, from what I understand it to be, is fighting for women's rights, both politically, socially, economically, and sometimes even physically. But the perception that other people have is feminism is related to misandry. That's not what we're trying to portray. That's not feminism in itself. Feminism is trying to get equal, I won't say equal rights, but equal opportunities. We're trying to get, if I'm going for an interview and I'm going to get a job, I'm qualified enough to get a job. I don't want to see a situation where a guy is just getting a job because he's a guy, just for the sake of being a guy, you get a job. I'm qualified. Why am I not trying to get the job? Or, exactly. Why are you not looking at me as a potential employer or employee, actually?
Yep.
So feminism is trying to make society fair. It's trying to break down that already structure we have of patriarchy and men being at the top and leading and women subjecting themselves to everything but nothing. Yeah.
Already structure of patriarchy that
Yes.
we have.
Yeah.
I heard that. I took that.
Happy L, why are you laughing? Do you have
Because
something
I'm
to
happy.
say?
I'm happy.
So Faith, let me finish this.
Mhm.
So when you say the already structure of patriarchy that we
Right.
have, what do you mean by that?
From time immemorial, even from your traditional African home.
From my
It's-
traditional,
African home.
you know, get.
I'm trying to
Are
make
you-
it
are you
relative to
African?
you. I am,
Are you
obviously.
Nigerian?
I am.
Are you Igbo?
Apparently, I am.
Apparently, okay.
Yes.
So I would, let's say our,
Okay,
so that you don't push it to me.
Yes.
Okay, so let's generalize it. Let's say
Yeah.
from our
Yeah.
traditional African home, right? Is patriarchy all true and true, because the first thing you hear is the father is the head of the family, and even when you go for Igbo gatherings, they don't regard women. I don't know if you have ever been in any Igbo gathering. Most of the time, when they're looking for people to speak to, maybe they come to marry a lady or something, they're looking for the men, even if it's like 18-year-old boy. they just, okay, that's a man. And then most of the time you hear, oh, if you have not given birth to a son, you don't have children at all the other girls don't, they don't matter, kind of. That's the kind of idea they portray,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And the patriarchy is in the sense that men are given upper hands, like over everything, whether they deserve it or not. It's just doing too much, even though we know that they don't deserve it all the time.
So in your own words, what is feminism, and do you think there is a Nigerian kind of feminism?
Okay. I will start by saying that, her definition of feminism, like the actual word feminism, is quite correct.
Yeah.
It speaks about equal representation, equal rights for both genders. But then, going forward, like you asked, if there's something called the Nigerian feminism. The Nigerian feminism is also what you mentioned, misandry. It's not feminism. We have a lot of misguided folks who are mostly partially educated. Yeah, I wouldn't want to call them illiterate. I'll call them partially educated, because they are partially educated in the sense that you get to find out that these people have chosen to ignore this fact that is staring at them in the face. They've chosen to go with that which rocks their ego, that which makes them sleep better at night. But on the long run,
Can you please put us to context?
okay,
Yeah.
to context.
Yeah.
Say, for example, he asked if there's a Nigerian version of feminism.
Okay.
Feminism, as we understand it, is equal representation of both
For both
sexes,
genders.
Okay.
both genders. And if you take this conversation somewhere else, you find out that we are both wrong when we say both genders. Going by, if we were to broaden it more.
Okay.
But then let's push that. Let's keep that aside.
Okay.
Putting it into context.
Let's keep
Say,
that
for
aside
example,
for now.
For now, let's take, for example, our society is a very funny one. In my lifetime, I've never seen a woman who has lesser opportunity than the average man, at least in Nigeria. As a matter of fact, I think the female gender has more opportunities than the male gender. If you dip it. Take, for example, there are thousands of foundations caring for the female child. Thousands. None is caring for the male child. The male child is okay. Let's use our traditional
Commissioner for Women Affairs.
Yes, there's no commissioner.
Commissioner for Men Affairs.
We have about six
something for the girl child.
We have about 6 Mother's Day.
Do you really want to do the Mother's Day?
No,
Wait, now let him land.
It's actually okay.
Part of it.
Yeah.
We now go forward to now talking about the representation. Why the male child is less represented than the female child.
Okay.
You go out and let's take, for example, we both know that an intelligent woman and an intelligent man are not age mates, neither are they opportunity mates. We know that various corporations have, over the years or in recent times, hired more female than male. We have more female representation in several entities today because of the so-called feminism.
So-called?
Yeah, it is. But then we've
So,
grown.
in other words, you're saying
Our
they are
society-
getting those opportunities not because they
Because they are the
deserve them,
loudest.
but because they have become.
They become the loudest in the room.
Okay.
I'm not saying, I didn't speak on the deserving nature of the opportunities.
Okay.
Most of them deserve. Of course, we know that we are in a less productive society right now. Nigeria is a less productive society. And the women, I'll give it to them, they are more organized than most of the men. So the roles they are occupying
Tend to function.
It's kind of end. But they still make it look like they are
gaslighting
minority.
people.
Yes.
So,
meanwhile, it is only in Nigeria today. Sorry for cutting you.
no, go ahead, my boss.
That we have an entire festival, an entire concert that is built around women.
Which is?
It's called Attitude.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay,
I
you
know
guys don't
that.
know about that. It's
I
a
know
festival.
about Hatton.
Yeah.
It's a concert, annual concert that is meant for just women. And guess who buys more festival tickets?
Men.
I'll leave the answer. Okay, the answer is that's your answer.
Men.
That's
I
a
don't
Men
have
buy
an answer.
festival tickets.
Okay.
Yes.
I think men buy.
Can I
We've also-
answer what you said?
Yeah, you come in.
You
Like,
come in.
yeah.
I didn't interrupt you for a reason.
No, don't worry.
You
don't
said
worry.
something
So-
also.
I'm still going to get back to what she said that
Okay.
you are still going to talk about.
Okay. So I think, having said that, I think that's my view on the
Feminism and how it pertains to Nigeria.
Yes.
Faith, go ahead.
Okay. He mentioned having several Women's Day, Mother's Day. What's stopping the men from creating their own?
Shut down.
See that problem? It's not
And
shut down.
you talked about
Hold.
women having more facilities to take care of the women. Why are men not
Last
having,
I checked, in
setting up
government,
facilities?
The
there
funny
lot of
thing is
men.
that it is men that are creating this
Those things for
ecosystem
women.
Exactly.
So
So
why are
And
they
create
the
saying-
your
men- and when the men start creating it for men,
themselves, it
and
becomes
it will
an
become- it will
issue.
become an issue.
It
I think
becomes
say you guys,
patriarchy.
I
Okay,
think-
so let me put it like this. So you mentioned the patriarchal system
Yeah.
that has always been there.
Always. When you say
Exactly.
always,
So-
what is patriarchy?
No, what I'm saying always is I'm saying what she said. What she
Okay,
mentioned.
yeah,
That's
quoting
what
her.
she said,
No,
yeah.
so now
Yeah, and I'll dispute that.
So now you see how there's the things that you mentioned, how if a woman has not given birth to a male child,
Right.
she's regarded as, then when
That's
maybe
a lie,
during
In current times.
in current times it's not a lie, but coming from where we were
Where
coming
we were
from,
coming
is-
Do
from,
you
is-
that
is
was what I'm
actually
trying to
true.
say.
Life was-
So-
Now you
so-
said
so-
not a lie.
so
That's
now-
a lie.
So
Wow.
now listen. So now the whole part of families, representatives being men for festivities and things, traditional stuff and all of that.
Yeah.
Right.
So now I know that if you're trying to not be biased, those things were very obtainable in some of the early days. Then
Where?
yeah, I'll tell you from where I come from. In the Igbo culture,
No.
Where?
What Igbo culture?
the Igbo culture generally,
Okay.
I won't lie to you, the Igbo culture generally gives the upper hand to
The men.
the males,
I disagree.
both for
Where are you from?
I think it's a
Ask me
valid
why I
question.
disagree. I would-
So
I would-
let's start from where are you from?
I'll delve into it. No, leave
Where
where
are
I'm
you
from.
Let's-
Okay.
let's-
Can I delve into it immediately?
Sorry.
Okay.
So the Igbo culture,
Mhm.
that the much that I know about it, you see how I'm rephrasing.
I like that.
The much that I
The
know
much
about
that you
it
know about
gives upper hand to the males from male child,
From down to even going to school.
somebody to carry on the.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
Wait,
Some-
she didn't lie.
yeah,
She-
and
do
I
you know
know
when women
that
started
back
going to
then they
It
don't
was
send
a
female
struggle.
children to school.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not. You don't
If
have
by
to.
mistake you went to
serious.
school,
You don't have
then
to
you
act
misplaced.
Most
surprised
of them
about
will
it.
be married
So-
off straight up.
So all of that upper hand. Let's say, then the women started, pointing those things out,
Mhm.
and in pointing those things out, the men started to do better by setting up all of these communities, institutions, and all of that to protect the woman. So, and the girl child, woman, all of that. Then you find out that if men do same thing for themselves, it becomes an issue for the women. I'm going to give you an example. So in recent years, say like from 4 years ago, men started becoming more aware of the holidays that pertain to men. Father's Day. It started getting a little bit of traction.
You might have time for that.
You can't, if you are being sincere, the Father's Day of, let's say, 4 years ago, and the Father's Day of 3 years ago, the Father's Day of 3 years ago was probably louder than the one of 4 years ago. The one of
Yeah.
2 years ago was louder than the one of 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It started getting traction. In my industry, I've established it, and I've, written a couple of things about it. So when men started doing that, the women jumped into it, and you see women celebrating, single mothers actually celebrating themselves on Men's Day. Yes or yes.
Yeah.
You find that celebrating, so
Which I refer to as cycles.
that small joy where man go collect.
Okay.
There's a part of feminism that took hand inside the man mouth, come out am. More like you do not deserve this accolade, this happiness.
But do you think
On Men's Day, women they celebrate their self, single mothers. on women's celebration days, they go still run them. Do you understand? And you find these entities enforcing man hate while hiding under feminism. If feminism is what you have said it should be, equal rights, equal opportunities, it should also mean equal choices, like, what's it called? The freedom to like take your own choices as a man and as a woman. So why is it an issue when a woman chooses to be submissive? You start seeing that title of pick me. This one is a pick me.
Now, when they talk about pick me's, there are different type of people.
It's not different.
No, they're different.
They're different.
They're very much different.
They're very different.
Okay, so what's the
Pick
pick?
like doing everything to please a man.
Yeah.
Or doing
What
everything.
does man pleasing mean?
So
It-
the thing is,
I don't want to
if
say
somebody,
man.
if a
Who is a
woman
man?
chooses,
Them.
if a woman chooses, in your own words, to do everything to please a man,
Her man.
let's not even personalize it.
Let's not put
Her
No,
man.
let's not personalize it. To any man, any man, a woman chooses, emphasis on chooses,
Mhm.
not under manipulative conditions, not force. Nobody is forcing her. She chooses to do everything to please a man.
Now, something people don't know is that half the time, pick-me's don't do things without having any ulterior motive.
What are the ulterior motives?
Okay.
Half the time, there's always an intention
Right.
why they want to be picked. That's why it's called pick-me.
Which is
The
They're
intention.
trying to get traction.
They
They're
want
trying to be
most of the
seen.
time they're trying to be seen. Maybe this guy doesn't value you, and it is clearly, blatantly obvious. But they're trying so hard. They now go into doing things and claim. Now that's why it is very rampant on social media where you hear girls say, "I cannot cook for a man." Meanwhile, the guy is beating them and they are cooking and cleaning behind the scenes. And they come online and form this thing. They are actual pick-me's.
So
Now,
So
they-
okay,
contradicting
so
yourself.
let me use
No.
let me use the
You
let me use the
No.
let me use the let me use the example that you gave. So a woman comes online, let's say gets on
Yeah.
Twitter and tweets, "I cannot cook for a man."
yes.
On
It's a
that comment
statement.
section, you see.
Traction.
Let's not talk about what's happening behind the scene.
Yeah.
The impressions that they give on that comment section.
Yeah.
You're seeing girls go girl
Yeah.
on a period,
Yes,
per,
period.
and all of
Clock it.
I
know,
don't think you should
hyping
pay
her up.
attention to those ones, right? Those are
so-
the people
No, he's
that
giving like a
So,
context.
so,
Okay, alright.
so this is
Context.
a context.
Yeah.
So they are hyping her up and all of that and all
Yeah.
of that.
Because
Now, another woman makes it's not even on that comment section, on her
Different
own
post.
post and
Yeah.
says, "I don't know about you, but I will cook for my man."
yeah.
You see the same set of people go
Cursing
on
her.
her this thing on her comment section and they are bashing her. You are a pick me. You are so.
Exactly.
If the other person is not a don't pick me, why is this other person
Now,
a
Nigerians
pick me?
are very
Regarding
choice.
that, considering that rather
Yeah.
that these two people made. We don't know what's happening behind the scenes. I said
Exactly.
these two people made their choices themselves.
Yeah.
So why? How is this one now? The person that said, "I will cook for my
For my
husband,"
man.
a pick me.
Nobody said
I
she's a
don't-
Faith,
pick me.
Faith,
think
I
she
actually
did.
think you should talk about it.
I don't
She's
think
not
she's
a
a pick me. Like you said, choice. They
Yeah.
get to make their choice. She got to make her own choice. She
Yeah.
wants to cook for her husband. That's her business. That's her lifestyle. Now, for the other person that says she does not want to cook, maybe she has something that takes up all her time, or the person is just not worth it, and that's her own choice. Nobody's saying that these people are feminist. Now, if you go to Twitter and then you are seeing all these people that rant about, "Oh, you're a pick me, you're this," that insult other people's posts, and you refer to them as feminists, then you are on the wrong, because feminism has different types, right? There are the radical feminists, there are the informed feminists, there are different kinds of feminists. Now, I will not come on Twitter and see these people say these things and be like, "Oh, this should be what feminism," when you know obviously that that's not what it is. You are taking the wrong part of it. Everybody will make noise.
But those guys
obviously.
are the loudest.
Exactly, they're the loudest. But can
Half
you
the time.
half of the time, right? Can you cancel out that noise and look at the
The
core of
people
what
that
it actually
actually,
is?
Do you know why it's hard to cancel out
So
that
she
noise?
defined different types of feminism. She
Yeah.
said informed. So
Informed.
you agree that they are illiterate feminists.
There are uninformed.
That's
Uninformed.
Exactly. I don't know if the English is correct, but like help me
Yeah,
with that.
let's-
But there are
un-
people
the
that have less
uninformed-
information
Yeah, let's
about
leave
what
it at
it is.
uninformed.
Elle does not want to
Right.
leave it at uninformed. He says illiterate.
When you say somebody
If
is
that's the word
informed,
you
means
want
they
to
are
use,
learned.
then that's
Yeah.
So what's the opposite of
Illiterate.
Very
Okay, so here's the thing. You know why is a problem?
Mm.
The uninformed, I'm using you guys' terms, the
Yeah.
uninformed
Or the
feminists,
illiterates.
the illiterate feminists
Yeah.
have become louder.
They are the poster,
And
they are
they
the poster
are-
girls
posters
of feminism.
And they are now informing.
Yeah.
They are now informing
They inform.
both the
In their
informed.
uninformed
I think
manner.
the
The
ones
ones-
informing is reforming.
Okay, so
Okay.
they are now
reforming the informed
pushing
people.
their narrative
Exactly.
to the average child on the road who does not even
Have
know
an idea.
what feminism,
Yeah.
that has never.
First of all, if you ever get interest in feminism, if you ever want to know anything at all, if I tell you, oh, this is what it is, you obviously go back, do some research on it. And if you have done your research well enough, and you know deep down within you that that's not what feminism is, you will not pick up that construct. You will not pick up that narrative that they're selling to you, because there is something that's actually the main thing, and all of that you're saying is just a distraction from the actual core of feminism.
So, happy L. I know that. So, I want to know your one-on-one contacts you've had. You've had one-on-one contacts with feminism, or you've never really had. Are they like Nigerian online social media conversations, or like you've had experiences of them that forms your ideology about feminism?
Social media.
Is it
It's mostly social media.
You're asking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You mentioned
like-
social
yeah, I'm
media.
asking. If it's
Is this social media
or
that forms your
real
opinion
life
or real life
experiences?
with feminists?
Both. The
Which is greater?
No, the truth is, like I said earlier, we sadly find ourselves in an unproductive society
Okay.
where people have grown to have time for very trivial conversations.
Okay.
The subject topic of feminism
Hmm.
shouldn't be ingrained in our core discourse.
Mm-hmm.
It should be a passive conversation. But because we're a very unproductive society, talking about Africa as a whole, it has become the core of our conversations. Take, for example, I would like to drive, with this opportunity, I would like to drive back to what you guys said.
Okay.
A lot of people who want to have an opinion as feminists.
Can you be a
against
little louder?
Yes.
Please be a little louder because of your mic.
Okay. So a lot of people who want to have conversations on the subject topic of feminism or even against feminism are, number one, people who are most likely very uninformed or partly informed, which are the partly informed are the most dangerous because they want to make you believe that. I mean, I know this thing, but they don't know anything. They just know about it.
Yeah.
They don't know what it entails. So why am I referencing that? Say, for example, you said in Igbo culture that the women are relegated to
Yeah, I need you to
marriage.
talk about that.
So I want to delve into that.
Yeah.
Not relegated to marriage. They are not basically
I'm using
sent
your
to
words.
school.
I'm using your, not in my family though. Let's start by saying that the most powerful entity in the Igbo cosmology or in the Igbo etymology is the Women Guild, which we all know as Umuada.
Okay.
That is the most powerful entity.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's number one. And that's, I believe they are not male, they are female.
Yeah.
Number two, you are not completely married until you appease the Umuada. So saying that women are relegated to the background in marriage functions when marriage rites are being performed is a blatant, uninformed lie. Because if you don't give them that their bag of salt, or that their carton of soup, or that their matches complete, if one pack is missing from it, you're not married. They will leave everything and go. So I don't know how it is done in your place, in your own part of Igbo land, but the Igbo culture I know of exalts women, has always exalted women, has always empowered women more than men. Take, for example,
Let me cut
the
you off.
earliest, don't cut me short, the earliest revolt led in Igbo land was held in 1929. The Aba Women
The
Riot.
About Women Riot.
Yeah.
Has there been any record of a male riot? Why was that exalted? Why was it projected more than every other revolt? It is because the Igbo culture naturally empowers women. Let's also come down to the family unit. The male child grows up in a family that has, say, two boys, 3 girls. The father calls the boys and be like, "You've seen how this thing has turned out to be. My finances are experiencing a certain level of hitches. you all cannot go to school. And the two boys are shipped out to go and bar boy. The three girls are sent to school. They graduate.
This is in recent times.
It's not recent times. It's as far back as the 70s.
But you can say out of 100, you can say
You-
this
you
case
want
is
to
like
be
Okay,
right.
so
I don't know. I don't know if we are in a.
You know why I said this is in
we're in a
recent
race
times?
to be right. Here.
No, we're not in a
Can
race
you
to be
accept
right.
accept
quoting
that you
this.
have been outnumbered?
We can. Okay, I'm throwing it out to the guests.
No,
to the
no.
watchers in the comment section.
Okay, so let's do this. All right. So viewers, people who are watching this right now at this point, please, we would like to hear your opinion in the comment section. We'll talk about it on the next episode or the next time that we'll bring these guys back to have these conversations. So the bone of contention is, in the Igbo culture, are the women actually relegated to the background, both in social issues and in education? So please, we'd like to get your opinion. All right, the L. So,
Okay, so and I would love them to speak on their own, like. Okay, let me ask. Let me use us here. Do you know families who have boys who went to serve, who went to understudy a business leader?
meant to do boy.
yeah,
I'm using
the
a
Igbo
more-
apprenticeship
yes, the
system.
Igbo
Yeah,
apprenticeship system.
Yes, I do.
You know, and what became of their sisters? Did their
Most of
sisters
them
go
are
to
married.
school?
Most of them did not go.
They did not. The sisters did not go to school.
Yes, most of them were married off really, really early, as early as when those boys went to do the Igbo apprenticeship.
Okay, so let's put this in perspective.
Okay.
So why I said that this analogy, or rather this reality, is in the recent times, is
How
because
recent do you mean?
if
When you say recent times, what do you mean by recent?
okay,
10,
you
20
said in the 70s,
Yes.
maybe not as rampant as, but let me push it back to that 70s. Yeah. But here's the thing: if you look at people,
How did you think we arrived with people like the Aroma Hotels, the Ngozi Okonjo-Iwealas?
okay, now
the Dora-
before the
They fought
Ngozi
for their
Okonjo-Iweala, exactly.
They saw
Listen,
themselves
Fought
through
for
school.
their name.
L,
They saw themselves through school.
listen.
I'm not-
So
did
before
you
the
hear me say that?
Ngozi Okonjo-Iwealas, yeah,
Yes.
I love this. Before the Ngozi Okonjo-Iwealas,
Yes,
before them,
yes.
can we mention or
Other women.
find out or see women who are that productive, professors like from way back?
Women that were
For
allowed
every-
to
for
produce.
Every one
I
woman,
think they were mostly
yeah,
Yorubas then.
for
This
every
woman-
one woman that went to school, like let's say in the 60s,
Yeah.
Yes.
for every one woman that went to school in the 60s,
Okay.
there are 40 men.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
So
went to
first of
school in
all,
the 60s.
let me address that. First of all, let's start with the fact that the modern day Igbo society started from after the war, after the Civil War.
The modern day Igbo society.
Igbo society
after the
started from
okay,
after the Civil War.
before, because you said modern day.
Yes.
Let's
Modern
allow-
day Igbo society. Also, going back to pre-Civil War,
Mhm.
even the men were all homeschooled, most of them. We didn't have the core schooling setup, like the core school setup, which probably gave birth to the fact that today we have the Igbo society as one of the most enlightened society. We are differently educated. There are basically no illiterates in Igbo land. We just have people who are differently educated. It's arguable, but then one day you guys will see that and understand that. Then you now go back when you talk about for every one girl who is
Yeah.
learned, there's a
40 men.
40 men who are. It depends on the society we are referring to. Take for example, you go to a community like Onitsha. The Onitsha,
Yeah.
like Onitsha is one small community that has houses. Onitsha has predominantly, I think Onitsha has about 10 or 12, 10 to 15 families that make up the core Onitsha community. And I can tell you for a fact that there's nothing like, if you go to the Onitsha society, you find more educated women,
Women,
even men. Men and women are jointly educated,
equally educated.
equally educated to a very large extent. They are largely represented. Let's go to that area also, the Obahu, the Ndoki. One of the earliest industrialists from Igbo land is a woman. Most people do not know about that. The company still exists today. It's a third generation business.
What's her name?
The name of the company is Kate Industries. They're the owners of the Dubai Roll-On, the all day, all day Roll-On, and so on and so forth. They are the owners of Deal perfume and body spray. Deal. It's owned by I've forgotten her first name, but her surname is Osanabo. She's from Ndoki. Now in Rivers State, they are also Igbo people. They are the Igbo people. They're part of the Igbo people in Rivers State. And you cannot tell me that she cannot come here and agree with you when you say that the Igbo women are not empowered or not as educated as the men. You also now go back to, the earliest title systems, like the Igbo traditional titles, were the Iyom and the, what they call it, the Igbo Odo for the female.
That was after years. It was not after. Listen now, that was after years of establishing and running with as many male titles as possible.
What are you saying? As early as 1929, where you have what they call it, the upper women, they were mostly traders. My great grandmother was a foremost trader from Nnewi. She was so polished that at some point, I don't know, today people think that they are refined, women think they are refined and rich. That woman is so rich that she had ivories, like real ivory. She has a collection of ivories. Away from having ivories, she sharpened her teeth. Like she got her teeth job done in the before the 60s. She already had her teeth job. So when you guys tell me Igbo women are not empowered, they are not schooled, they are marginalized, it's laughable because that's coming from a place of lack of information. You actually need to dig deep, ask questions. We just have this conversation on the periphery. How many of you travel home? Go and ask for the foundational, the early builders of your community and see the role women played in it. Nobody has sidelined women in Igbo culture. It is not possible.
Okay, so
the fact that we have, final word. The fact that we have, just like you said in feminism, the uninformed people are the loudest. The fact that we have the women who probably did not stand a chance because of them not being up to par with their fellow women who excelled in the same path that they failed in, being the loudest and chanting that they are marginalized does not mean that the Igbo culture has marginalized women.
Okay, so because Faith, you want to say something?
Yeah, I do want to say a couple things.
Please be audible.
So he said a lot about Igbo women and how feminism kind of revolves around Igbo women. I don't know why you're focusing so much on Igbo women.
Because you brought it down, you brought it down to Igbo culture.
We said
okay, that's what you're explaining. Okay, so I was going to say that in the Hausa culture, right, feminism is very much still helping them. You can all these things you're saying that maybe you might have
you're not shifting
in your own part. I'm trying to explain to you why feminism is wide.
When you finish with Hausa, I'll still come to the Hausa women.
You keep giving examples of Igbo culture, and I'm telling you that you're part of Igbo culture. I don't know where it is, but it's not what three of us. It's not what we. Did you experience what he's talking about?
Because that was what I was going to mention. Now you mentioned something about going home, asking questions. I pride myself in having a very deeply rooted childhood.
Actually,
my father is the prince in my name is actually royalty. Yeah, like royalty is in my lineage, the Igweship and kingship.
There's nothing like royalty in Igbo land.
Of my community. Yeah. Then up until I think like 4 generations ago, when they switched to Christianity and didn't want to be a part of the whole, probably because of how the amount of information available to them. So, do I know? Yes, I know. Speaking with my father, I didn't get to meet my grandfather, but you know how you arrive your village and your dad takes you by hand to see everything and meet everybody and speak to everybody, and those people are telling you the kind of lineage where you come from. When they're trying to give you reasons why you cannot be an Efulefu, all those, when they're trying to let you know why you remember the son of who you are. So they are always explaining and telling me about how I come from a generation of warriors and all of those kini. Now,
Is it Christian warriors or traditional warriors? Because you said that up to 4th generation ago that they switched to Christianity.
Yeah.
So is it the same people that trampled on their foundation?
Do you know where I come from? I come from Ohafia.
Ohafia, okay.
I come from Ohafia. And if you know anything about Ohafia and their culture, you know it's not child's play.
Okay.
Then I also know that within the confines of that traditionalization and the culture, there were parts of it up until recent times where it prioritized men, male children and the men over the women.
What was the sentiment?
Now you said something about Umuada not being married until you have fulfilled at least the Umuada. And I was gonna ask, can a marriage conversation start with the Umuada?
No.
Starts with the Umuada.
Yes.
The marriage conversation starts with the family unit. There must be a male.
Who
and
do
a
they
female
meet
to
first?
So
they
when
don't meet anybody first. They
so
meet as
when
the family unit.
no, bro. Let's say a woman whose husband is dead, and the woman's daughter is trying to get married. Yeah, the marriage conversation cannot hold if that woman does not produce a male figure.
Exactly.
Yes.
I will tell you
Yes
because
or
I experienced
yes?
it twice
If
in
the
my house.
woman does not produce a
Yes,
A male figure,
like if the
yes.
woman does not bring
the same thing that
Yeah.
it cannot hold if you don't provide a representative of the Umuada.
no. That's not
What do you mean by no?
The
Umuada
Umuada is coming at a later
Yes,
point.
it's always
I'm
at a
saying
It's
later
like close to
point.
the
Okay,
Can you
wedding.
do away with them?
happy.
Can you do away with them?
Okay, let's say
You're not
I
saying
won't
you can
come
do
marry.
away with them.
I won't
You're
come
saying-
marry your sister. Let's say I won't come marry your sister.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mm.
and I don't know if your
You're
dad is
married,
still
by
there.
the way.
I'm married. Yeah.
Both parents are alive.
Okay. Let's say. I don't know how this analogy is going to sound. I'm not trying to be in the negative, but this is the order of things. Is the order of life. It's going to happen. Let's say your dad is no more, and somebody is trying to marry your sister, and the person comes, and your mother, the day the person is going to come and see your family, it cannot be just your mother. Your mother cannot.
guy.
Your mother cannot take up the functionality of that
Yeah,
marriage
Exactly.
and see
That
it
was
to
trying
the
to
end.
explain. By virtue of her being
Somebody
a woman,
has
she
to
can't
be
power
there
it.
Okay, let me
in a male figure.
Okay, let me explain why it is.
Let me finish.
Okay, finish.
Let me finish. Somebody has to be
We
there.
understand why it's
That
so.
a male
You
figure.
don't.
And that is how the Umuada comes in at a later point. And that is how it is with when the women go to school. The earliest of you mentioned like after the war and all those things, I think it was at that time, Igbo people were relegated to the background of this country. Yeah, they were relegated to the background. Like after everything they were before the war. After the war, they were pushed to like the rear end. I believe that it was at that point that they figured out that if they are going to be able to rise back to, the apex of things, they would have to get all hands on deck. And I think it was after that time that the women got included in the societal whatever schooling
I
and
like
all
the
of
fact
that.
that you're using, I think you are,
So before then, I know by virtue of, you see how I switched to I know. Before then, I know by virtue of conversations, reading, finding out stuff, that it was a predominant thing for the men to be given preference when it comes to issues of, one, education.
I disagree.
Now, you see how I'm not going, you see how I'm relating I'm limiting my knowledge to the Igbo culture because this is where I am rooted in, this is where I know stuff. I do not even know how, the northern Kini and all of that works. So,
She actually
So-
brought
Yeah, I was
the
going to say
northern, she brought
She's
the
going
northern
to-
society.
she's going
up.
to-
The
so-
moment
Yes,
you guys lost the plot of the Igbo society.
no,
We didn't
me,
lose
I'm
any
saying,
You
plot.
lost the
Point.
plot.
I'm saying
didn't
saying
lose.
what I know. I'm
Yeah.
not about to give you information on hearsay.
I'm not doing. Am I learning that somebody is doing hearsay?
I'm giving you what I know. So before that war something, men had the preference. They had the upper hand in education. You would be lying to yourself and to everybody else if you say that is not the truth.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've quoted it.
Now,
I've said it
Even
earlier.
2025, some men will rather raise their male children.
Yeah, that is
Even
that
till
is issues
than
that
till
some men
2025.
Brothers.
is not.
Yes, I do.
Did you go to school?
Yes, I did.
Your brothers went to school.
Yes,
It's
I
not.
did.
Why didn't they send only your brothers to school and marry you?
I'm not
She
sure
said-
you listened.
she
to what
said
I
some
I
men.
said
Not listening
in
to yourself.
Understand
She
what
said
you're trying
some
to say
men.
first.
She said
I
some.
said in
I don't know any of those men.
Her father does not fall into that category.
Exactly.
But does your father fall into it?
My father does not have
My
a
father
female
fall
child.
into
Did you hear me?
He did not.
My father does
Why
not have
not?
a female child.
Huh?
My father does not have a female
Okay.
child.
If he had a female child, do you think he will fall into it?
I don't know.
We
He
can't
does
say.
not have a female child.
Okay. Okay. The funny thing is that you said we're not saying things here based on hearsay. 4 of us here cannot relate to this thing that we are so
We
projecting
can relate.
to
She
be a
can't.
man.
I
She
She
just
can't.
said-
she said her brothers went to school.
No.
She went to
can't
school.
relate
No, she
because
said
I
she
know
knows people.
Yeah.
That's relative enough.
Do you
No,
understand?
no. Relativity starts from you.
Oh my God.
Relativity starts from you.
So if she has a friend who does not go to school, who did not go
So
to
she
school,
should turn
because
the
she's-
blind eye
so
to
she
it.
doesn't. She cannot relate.
Thank you.
Your
Bro.
friend that has brothers, her brothers went to school and
Yeah.
she did not go to school.
Yes.
Please, I want to see that person. I really want to.
So
away from this show,
you get
I want to meet that person.
relativity
You may not
now.
be able to relate, but there are
because-
people out there that
I don't
can
know anybody
relate.
like that.
Exactly.
Okay, so now because
you have
I
not
do
met
not know,
people.
Yes,
Faith,
because they're
Okay,
there.
no problem. I've not met
maybe
people.
you have certain informations that
Yeah,
I
please,
do
would
not
love
or
to
we do
hear.
not. Maybe you should just
Yeah, let's
um,
hear from you.
yeah about the whole
Feminism.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me quickly address the Hausa part of it, right? So in Hausa culture, you get to the age of like 13, 14, and you're married off. Would you say as a man, at 13, 14, you want to have a wife, you want to be married off?
First
Is
of
it
all-
comfortable for you to do that?
First of all, that's not Hausa culture. But then continue.
But you know nowadays, or let me just name not
I've seen it
nowadays.
happen.
At
I've heard
the
it.
exactly,
I've
you
heard about it.
understand?
I've actually
It
seen
has
it
happened.
happen.
Please,
I've
I want to
heard
do
it
a quick
happen.
correction too
Yeah.
before you continue.
Yes,
The Hausa culture,
right,
as we know it,
right.
has
I think you're going to
has
as
greatly
you know it.
has greatly gone extinct.
Has
And-
it?
Yes.
Because female
It
gender
is.
mutilation
No,
still
not
does happen
gender,
today.
Not calm
Yes.
down. I'm not trying to deride you from what you're saying. I'm not trying to dismiss your.
Would you say there was no
Allow me,
female
wait,
gender
wait,
mutilation in
wait.
Igbo land?
Let him
There
land.
was
Wait.
even
Let him land.
Wait. The Hausa as an ethnic group is today has been watered down. The core Hausas that you know, who are the core Hausas? They're not even predominantly Muslims. So when you say married off at 13, it does not apply to the Hausa culture. What they call it? Female mutilation. That's a conversation that is not reserved for the Hausas alone. It is reserved for the African female child.
but does it happen?
So-
But I'm telling you, it's
I'm
taking
coming.
more sides.
That's when
Yeah.
you people wake up and start talking about it. Because I've chosen to not speak up for the female gender anymore. Let them speak up for themselves. They've become very, very much platformed. They've become very, very much.
I think that's
um,
understandable.
sophisticated.
Very, very
I will not speak
understandable.
for the female gender.
I think it's very
Let them speak
understandable.
for themselves. Because the moment you start
Because
speaking for the female
if not for any
it
other
even
thing,
icks me that I see a man speaking for the female gender.
if not for
Wow,
any other
are you
thing,
serious?
yeah, yes,
It
yes.
That's
icks
crazy
me.
stuff.
Yeah,
Because
Faith, Faith.
those
Seeing
men
how-
are
Do you know you
mostly
said
low
it?
Seeing
Yeah,
how,
do you know
I'm
you
sorry,
said it?
can I
They are
quickly
low
say
quality
something?
Yes, they are low
Seeing
quality
how
men.
years
So you-
before this, they were not spoken for. All of a sudden, they're spoken for and it's irritating you. Why
No,
do
You
No,
claim that
so now,
you were marginalized.
Faith.
And now
You remember
are
when
becoming
he said-
empowered. Why do you need me to speak for
So
you?
remember when
the
he
same
said-
person that marginalized you?
El-
I will not do that.
Oh, listen. Remember when he mentioned the celebration, the male celebrations, and all of the female
Right,
celebrations,
Yeah.
and then you said
Right.
that
Why-
who is
who's stopping the men?
Exactly. Who is
from-
stopping
So who is
you?
stopping the women from speaking for themselves?
We are speaking
If-
outright. You said we are the
And I will
loudest. You
speak
just
in the
said
voice I
that.
want to speak against
Keep
the
speaking
women
and understanding what
whenever
exactly
I
what
want
you
to,
understand.
and against the
Yeah,
men whenever
yeah.
I want to.
So
Let
now,
everybody speak for themselves.
If I understand you very
Right.
well, if I understand you right,
Mhm.
what it means is what you're trying to say is we cannot do this thing for you people. You would have to do it for yourself.
Exactly.
That's what I'm
we're
saying.
doing. We are
Now,
doing
so why I said what he said is understandable is men can also take that stand and they're like, I cannot do this
I
thing
can
for
only
you
protect the
people.
boy child.
When you start
You would-
doing it and it doesn't work out for you, or women cancel against it, let me know. Until then, please.
So you're talking about mutilation for the.
So
let's
let's.
talk about
I think we've
the-
dwelled on. I have a
I
lot
don't
of things we want to talk
yes,
about, but we
yeah.
stayed on this particular
Let's-
one.
It's a very broad topic.
Yeah.
If you want to come for this topic, you have
Let
to
me-
come correct.
Let me
You don't
let
come
me
with your emotions.
let me move.
I don't do
I would
emotions.
have
Nobody-
loved if you had prompts, like questions, you just answer back to back. but
No
that's
Yeah,
problem.
fine.
let me
we can do
move.
that.
Let me move away from where we've been for the past.
30 minutes.
Yo,
Please, can I
Let
get
me-
water?
you have Focari sweat. I think this is the point
Please,
where
want water.
yeah,
Like
I want
water.
water.
you want water, but I think you will love this. You would
I-
have to just
I've
go
had it
ahead.
before,
Take.
I'll have water.
Go ahead. Enjoy yourself. Take.
Thank you very much.
All right, Faith. Is it wrong for a guy to give you something?
No, I'll have it myself if I need it.
All right, thank
Thank
you. So,
Enjoy.
Hmm.
So
all right. So I was gonna
Still need
say
water.
we will get you water.
Thank you.
All right.
the question is straightforward.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is it possible for men and women to be equal?
Should I answer that?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it possible for men and women to be equal?
Yeah.
Now, I need you to understand that there are gender roles that society has, right? And
Gender roles is another thing.
It's patriarchy now. Why
can
you know?
can I land?
Yeah, go
Would you
ahead.
let me land? Yeah, there are gender roles that we have come to be what was the word?
Comfortable.
Exactly,
with.
we know us. Now, if we're trying to be equal, there are things I will excel more in, right? And there are things you obviously excel more in.
Mhm.
And if we're trying to be equal, it's going to be a bit difficult. I'm not saying we cannot be equal, but it's going to be a bit difficult because I'm trying to
That's not
explain it, but
straightforward.
No, don't let us.
and I
finish.
know I'm sitting on the fence, but I'm trying to land. Can you come give me the question again? Because the ideas are
Is
mixing up in
it
my head.
possible for men and women to be equal?
equal?
Yeah.
Luckily, yes.
The men won't let it.
The men won't let it.
The men won't let it.
Wow.
Because nowadays men see women that have their shit together as danger to them. Now imagine if I have my shit together and you have your shit together and all of a sudden I'm the bad person because I don't need you in my life. You are not even giving me space to be equal, and now you're asking me if we can be equal. We can't be equal if you won't let me.
Okay, so let me rephrase my question.
Yeah.
If the
I have
men
a
let
question
it,
Before you continue. I have a question for her.
Let her
I have a
land.
question for her.
no, she has
Okay,
finished.
okay.
I have a question for her.
She has finished.
All right.
Let me,
I have a
because
question for
because
her.
on the
I'm
equality, wait,
forgetting it already.
you will not forget
You
it.
will not forget it.
If the men
hold
let
the
it,
thought. Hold that
because
thought.
you said the men will not let it, which I do not
Because
agree
they
with. but
already
that's
already benefit from
that's a conversation for another
misogyny
day.
itself.
If the men let it,
Mm-hmm.
can men and women be equal?
Absolutely. Will I tell you why? Because even the World Bank has statistics that if there is equality between both gender, it will raise more economic growth.
Producer,
for the
fact
country.
check this for me.
Exactly. I need to check it out. It will create more economic growth for the country, the global
So,
economy as well. Like
do you
how it
know
is.
what I think it means for
Mhm.
men and women to be equal?
Right. Oh,
This-
that's true. Sorry, I didn't clarify that. When I say women and men being equal, right? We're talking equal in a sense of opportunities, in a sense of economic rights and all of that. I'm not
so
saying
if you
equal
say
in the sense that
equal, you can't say
Okay.
sense in a sense of
okay,
if we're trying to achieve equality.
right.
Yeah, we cannot do sense
Yeah.
of.
Okay,
It has to go right round.
okay.
You know how?
Which is why I said it's a yes or no question.
Yeah. Do you know how? Maybe there's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
There's maybe natural disaster. There's an issue.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing is for the
Secure.
women and children to
Secure.
get to safety in a society that has been so much painted as patriarchy.
And that's where the people you want me to come and speak up for.
Yeah, it's for women and children to get to safety.
Because they've been seen as weaker vessels.
They've been seen. Okay,
They've been
hey, that's another thing that even got me pissed, or that gets me pissed. Somebody is looking out for you, and you are saying they are looking out for you because they deem you.
The men are not listening.
Let's not lie.
The men are
Let's
not
not
listening.
lie. They
The women
already
are
see
saying,
us as weaker
stop
vessels.
looking out for us. We can look out for ourselves.
That's what they are actually saying. Oh.
So listen to
I
them.
won't
Stop
even lie.
looking out
That's
for
what
them.
they are saying.
Do you know what this whole thing burnt out of? It burnt out of the fact that men started getting away from the fact or from the construct they made from themselves, right?
Yeah.
You are telling me you're a provider, but I can't see you providing. Why am I begging you to provide for me and you're telling me to go to work? I want to understand why we are both going to work. You are back from work, I'm back from work, but I have to be in the kitchen while you sit in the parlor. Why? I thought we were trying to all be productive.
Do you know that construct came from women wanting to do the things their own way? The traditional setting is that the woman stays, that gender roles, the woman stays, and the man does all
the
of
woman
the provision.
stays in the house and be useless, yeah? Because that's
I don't know
If she wants.
I don't know if
she wants, she can be useless at
being
home.
in the house, if that's what you call being
No, she can
useless.
be useless at home if she wants.
If that works
because
for you,
it removes her from society. She doesn't know what's going on
removes her
out there.
from society, or it allows her form the society. What's the society? The society begins from
the family unit.
the family unit.
She is
So
doing
if
that,
the woman,
obviously.
bro, the power that the woman has that in the home, maybe like gender roles,
Let's
like,
say Pokari
now
don't
you
wake
just
you
gave
up.
me
I
a
like,
new
I like this
idea.
being
idea.
gender, like, no, see, I'm not for or against. I'm just saying like the right thing.
I'm not talking about for or
No, so
against.
here's the
I'm
thing.
asking the right
have
question.
If actually,
You actually do have
if
a side.
actually
So
that
you haven't heard me here
if actually,
empower the women.
No, I said
so
you have a
sorry,
side, and that's
listen,
Sorry.
listen. If you agree that the society is a functionality of the family, we agree. Then you agree that the child becomes whatever that has the most influence on him or her.
The child and the family unit becomes whatever
Has
the woman
most
makes it to be.
most I'm saying, see what I'm saying? I'm saying whatever has most influence. I'm leaving it open.
Okay.
Now,
okay, yeah, I
what
get
that means is if the woman accepts the role that of being useless, like you said, it means that they have upper hand in influencing
Creating
See, I
who
said useless because I've
child
seen this happen
becomes
before,
creating
right?
useless-
and who the society becomes. And if that is being useless,
Have
Just
you
like
heard of
we have it now.
postnatal trauma? Have you heard of it before? Postnatal trauma.
which one is postnatal?
I know you don't know what
postpartum.
it is.
I know the childbirth one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When you give birth and then you go back
Yeah,
to the
yeah,
house,
I know
taking care of your
that
children,
one.
you don't
Sorry,
go to work.
bring me
all
up to
of
speed.
that.
Which one is postnatal? Is it that same thing?
After
Exactly,
birth.
it's after
Okay,
birth. Exactly.
after birth,
so
yeah.
after you give birth and then you are taking care of the child and you're at home and then your husband goes to work, don't you? I don't know if you're a woman, right? Don't you feel like you are being secluded from society?
Now, here's what I honestly think.
Right.
Feminism is an activity and a movement that is really important because we have seen how over the years our moms, grandmas, how life and the whole traditional setting has not exactly favored them. The modern woman is constantly fighting for her rights, especially rights she did not see being fulfilled as a child.
Mhm.
Do you understand? Especially things that she saw her mom not being able to do. She's trying so hard to do those things. Now, sometimes it pushes everybody from their actual roles. Do you
Mhm.
understand?
Right.
Sometimes it pushes everybody because she feels like her mom didn't work. Now, there's already a side of her brain that feels like since my mother did not work, that's why she was useless at home and she had to be dependent on her father for every single thing. And that shapes an ideology in her head. And she picks up feminism thinking that that's what it is. I don't know if you get me.
Right.
But
She picks up misandry, not feminism.
that's what it will be to her. Do you understand? Like you said, she's not informed properly, or she's informed partly.
Whose job is it to make her informed? Is it not the women that know better? So are you saying
See
that
how
we have
he's
scarcity?
understanding what
let
he
me-
wants to understand.
Can you let me?
You are
Get
responsible
from
for
the
what you
facts.
say. I'm responsible for
Can you
what I
let
understand.
me?
Please land,
Can you
please.
let me land?
Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly. So now the family system, a new couple, they get married
Mm.
and start to have children, and they have a child, and both of them decide. Now, one thing Nigerians are very fond of is emulating other people's system style and not sitting down as two adults to actually figure out what works for both of us.
Okay.
And now that brews a lot of things that are not exactly great. And one person is trying to fight this side and the other person is trying to pick a side. What happens to coming together and doing what works for the both of us?
Society.
Okay,
so you said something about postnatal care.
Postnatal
Have you ever heard-
trauma.
I don't care about.
Of course you do not. Of course you do
So-
not.
Have you ever heard of a man whose wife gave birth getting maternity leave or paternity leave? Have
Do
ever
you
heard of
want that?
If you want it, fight for it.
Do you understand?
Are you
You
getting
fight for it. Exactly what we're
The
saying.
same man who doesn't have
I'm sorry, why
a
you get
breather
paternity
from
leave?
work
You carry the pregnancy for
because the
9
wife-
months.
So
If
he's
you
supposed to
want-
leave his job,
Bro.
sit at home
Question.
with you.
No,
See,
you
I'm
people are not-
I'm
I don't
addressing
think
what
you
you
Una,
said.
they
that
want me.
The
Calm
woman,
down.
If you want it,
if you
fight for
want
it.
it, fight-
Yeah, because
I want you to know the kind of people you are dealing
I
with.
need you to understand
You see
what
how-
maternity leave
So,
is.
so
I feel like
sorry,
you-
sorry,
I-
sorry.
I was saying something.
Let's turn it down. Sorry,
I was
sorry.
saying something.
Let's turn it down. Let's turn it down. Do
Let's
you
turn-
know that if someone says he has a hard time defending women,
Yeah.
I'm using someone because I don't want to call L's name. That he has a hard time defending
Not hard
women,
time. I cannot do it.
Anymore.
Wow.
don't worry.
Because I'm sure there was no point.
You know that there would have been things that influenced that decision.
Yes, to
I'll
be
tell
honest,
you.
and that's very
When I was
true.
when I was in the university, my closest friends,
Yeah.
rather my closest female friends, were feminists.
Okay.
And if you dig up my social media, especially Facebook,
Mm.
as far back as like
You're a feminist,
2014, yeah,
Oh,
I was-
Why is that
why are
funny
you
to you?
laughing?
Why is it funny?
yeah.
Let's
If
go.
you dig up,
Yeah.
if you dig up my Facebook, 2012,
Yeah.
13, 14,
What
I
you
was
doing, bro?
all for defending women.
Yeah, I totally understand.
Yeah.
Like Solomon
In
Bucci.
every sense of the word. Up until I started seeing that the people who were trying to get a better life for did not want us to do it.
Now, I'm so sorry to cut you short, but guess
They want you
where?
to do it on
Calm
their
down,
terms.
relax.
No, they don't want us
to
We're
do
not
it at
talking
all.
about doing.
You are done,
things
yeah?
on
Let
their
us
No, I'm
terms.
not done. She
I'm
Okay.
interrupting you for a reason. Now, when I said if they want it, fight for it. Now, let me give you a context. Now, they can be two struggling adults that got married because they're in love. In Nigeria, that happens 70% of the time.
A lot of times.
Does it?
Yes,
It does.
It happens 70%
I
of the
thought
time.
women are marrying rich men. That if you don't, if you know
What
they
Let's
part
not
of the
do
country
that.
do you live in?
So 70% of the time, they're marrying. Most of them are literally trying to pull heads, and that's why they are together for years and trying to. And when they finally pull heads together and they finally have a child, maybe sometimes now, most of the time, maybe the women are doing better, and then there's the man that may not exactly be doing better, and now she may not have the liberty of taking that long time to be off work because she's the stronger hand.
what you're saying is like 2% of the time.
Yes, 2%. Let's leave it. It's 2%.
But that 2%,
Yes,
that 2% is an
very
issue.
valid.
I think
Yes,
it is an
exactly.
issue.
Yes,
So-
it's 2%, but
So
that's
if,
it.
if I get what you're driving at, a man who's not doing well, the woman is doing well. Maybe the woman is looking after the family, then she gives birth. Then the man is still expecting her to take up female roles
I'm not saying.
and
Now I know that you need to know.
just so he sits
you
there.
know that there are people that enjoy these female roles, right?
Yeah.
There are people that actually enjoy those roles.
Those
Now,
are the people who were raised by an uninformed woman.
Wow.
whether
I
uninformed,
was raised like a human being.
whether
I
uninformed,
performed male, female, their alien roles.
Hermaphrodite roles.
whether
perform all of them.
uninformed or not, there are women that genuinely enjoy performing those roles. They genuinely enjoy it.
Okay.
Now, in a situation whereby now some men, most likely in this setting, when they see that she may have relapsed in the things that she's doing, even when maybe she has been the upper hand all this while, start to act out. Some of them start to act different. Most of the time, it starts to get on their ego and they feel like, you're not doing enough anymore. Some of them don't get to cut these women slack. They don't cut them the slack of that, they've been doing these things all this while and it has not majorly been a problem. But now there's an extra human being and I'm trying to slow
Do we
down.
have them in the majority?
So
Whether majority
because
or
because we've
minority,
taken
it's
we've
a
taken
problem.
over an hour and I'm trying to like bring this
But yeah,
down.
let's run.
Yeah. So we're gonna have like a part 2 of this conversation.
Yes, we should.
Faith.
I was going to like counter that paternity leave thing because
Yeah, okay.
it won't
So
stand.
you will do that. You do that, but let me just put it out here that we're gonna have like a part 2 of this conversation.
Yeah.
Elle, you take a look at your schedule and give us like, the next
When
time you're free.
you'll be
You're a
free.
very busy man. Reaching you is very hard.
Let
We want
us
to continue
know.
this
We want to
conversation.
talk to you about the
And
women again.
Faith, really, we would love to continue this conversation.
Conversation.
All right. So then go ahead and address the
Okay.
paternity leave thing.
So do you know why women get maternity leave? Just let me know like the idea you have
I don't
on
know.
why. You don't know. Very good. Now, even from the very onset of reproduction, right? The women take more they take more roles in it. You carry the child for 9 months. Now inside that 9 months, you know how much you lose yourself. You lose everything. You don't know. Obviously, you don't. I don't know how. I don't want to say you're ignorant, but you seem very ignorant to the struggle
The plight
of the
of a
female.
woman.
Exactly, and you just go with whatever you were
So
brought
Faith,
up with, right?
Let me interrupt you for 1
Mhm.
second.
Right.
I can tell you for a fact
Mm-hmm.
that the day as a woman, the things you suffer, quote unquote,
Yeah.
during pregnancy and childbirth
Mm-hmm.
is a direct representation
Mm-hmm.
of the man you chose.
Obviously.
Okay.
They don't like taking
Wait.
accountability.
I'm
Wait,
not saying
the
have
man
I,
you
have I
chose.
gotten
Listen,
there yet?
why I'm saying this
Relax.
is I know men
Yeah.
who, like, I don't say man, I know men
Yeah, they are a lot
who,
of men.
in the process of their wife being pregnant, they don't even first the woman born.
Yes.
They know they socialize with their friends.
They
again.
don't
Yes.
already
You call them,
first
they'll be
the
like,
woman.
ah,
They lose
I know if you come out.
themselves
I'm
to
talking about the
Yes.
body.
their lives too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then
lose their
when you talk
lives.
about the changes that happen to the body, the changes for the woman happens to her body. The changes for the man happens to his soul.
and his
Mind.
mental health.
His
The
mind.
the
You don't think
changes
it happened to the ladies?
there are things I don't want to put out.
What I've noticed.
Sorry. There are things I don't want to put out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe to put names to stuff.
No, you don't have to.
But what I'm saying is that the stress that a woman goes through if you eventually pick the wrong man,
Like,
your child, I say
80%
wrong.
of them pick the wrong man.
I say wrong.
Because unfortunately, 80% of the men are wrong.
Are wrong. Okay, if you say so, I'm not gonna argue that. But if you eventually pick the wrong man, yeah, if childbirth was going to drain you, or rather was
60% or
meant to
70.
drain you
70.
like 30%, it is
60.
going to drain you 98%.
I'd be 100.
If you
That's
pick
if you
the
don't
right
die.
man, if childbirth and postpartum stress, everything was gonna drain you 30%,
You're saying
it will now.
30 is too low.
Yeah, I'm just saying it will now drain you 12%. Will it drain you? Guaranteed.
Yes, because that's like a journey of life.
Yeah.
I want
It's
to
a
do a
circle
pattern
of
walk.
life.
I want to
No,
do a
no,
pattern-
we're not parting
We're not
yet.
parting yet.
Relax, no go
Relax,
part
calm
word for
down.
here.
No, we're
Why I'm
parting
saying,
yet.
wait, Faith, why I'm saying this is because this society has handed men really tough choices.
Has it?
Yes, it
Last I
has.
checked, they made it. They made the rules.
They
Because they
designed
were the ones at the
roles.
top at that time.
Okay, so you're saying the roles, you're talking about roles. I'm talking about societal constructs.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
like laid down order.
Those one, no, not even laid down. Things that you do not know they were there.
So it's like order that was already there from
Or
time
rather, the
immemorial
order
to-
of things. I don't know how
Thank
to
you.
put
And
Like
it.
she said that
order
men
of
created
things.
it.
Yeah, she believes that men created it.
think that's the
I
order
don't
of
know who
things.
created it, but whoever created it did not hand men easy choices. Men were handed
How will men create
tough
something
fate.
that is not easy
that
for
is
themselves?
tough for them.
Yeah.
That's if we are being
What part
very
of it is
logical.
tough for them?
Yeah,
What part?
every
Supporting
single
the pregnant woman.
no, every single part of it even before the woman comes.
Mhm.
Like, okay, let me start from the boy
I think
child.
you're overflogging this issue. She said something. I said I was losing my chain of thought. I was going to address. She said that the modern woman, that the modern man is threatened by the modern woman who has her shit together.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I have a question. When you say have their shit together, what do you mean by that?
Don't
Has
need
money.
a man.
Don't need a man.
Yes. Don't need to be told what to do or
So,
basically has
okay,
their life
okay, let's
together.
agree that what you just said
Or doesn't
makes
need to
sense.
be tended to.
Let's just agree that what you just said about a woman saying that she doesn't need a man makes sense.
Okay.
Let me ask, what are the yardsticks that must be reached for a woman to attain that? I want to know.
Yes, to have.
Like, what are the
What would the woman put in
various
place?
heights
And you
that
will
the
say
woman
she's.
would have scaled to say, oh, this woman doesn't
I don't need a man.
I want to know.
From what society has, right? Is
Not
when
from what society, from what you
from
think.
what I
Society did
understand.
not say this.
From what I
Yeah.
because where I get where I got the construct from was from society. What happens nowadays? So the yardstick is when say you have a place, let's say you have a house,
house,
you live
have a
alone, you
car,
have a job, exactly. Like
job.
things seem to be going well
You
for
dey carry
you, seem to
yourself
be
go
going nice for you.
vacation.
Do you understand? Like, there's no
you
man that will
live
come and
life.
whine your head and tell you, okay, come to my house and stay with me. Maybe I'll give you this. I'm not trying to get things from you just for the sake of being with you. No, I can provide that for myself. Now, if you're going to
Okay.
be in my life, I need you to be sensible enough to make me understand why you should be
Be in
there.
your life. Okay.
Exactly.
The funny
That's what
thing
I
is
have to
that,
say.
okay, good answer, because this is an answer I already knew. I wanted to get you to say it. The funny thing is that these are the basics for the average man.
Like this
These
is
are
the
the basics.
bare minimum.
This is the barest minimum for the average man.
The
And
bare,
then stepping away from that, I want to inform you, and sorry to burst your ego, that the modern woman, the so-called modern woman,
Right.
is the poorest of women ever
Wow.
the world has
Who is
ever
the
had.
richest?
That's
I would
crazy.
like. I think I agree.
I think
You know,
I want
it's
to-
not about
I
thinking.
want to
It's
be-
out there.
You know why I
want
said
to
I
be
think. You
informed.
know why I
No,
said.
we're
Sorry,
trying to
woman.
learn.
Sorry,
Let
you know-
him land.
You know why I said I
Who
think.
is the
I've actually.
actual richest
I've
woman?
never
To
given
you
it
guys, who is
thought.
The top 5 richest women on earth,
not talking
the
about
source of their
richest,
income
like-
is divorce.
Calm
Wow.
down. I'm
It's not a lie now.
Am I making it up?
Is it a lie?
Source of
We're
income is
learning now.
divorce.
Did I
It's not.
counter it?
It's
We're
not.
all
It's
learning.
not.
You're doing well.
You guys get what I
What
want.
have you
Get
get-
what I want to know. I
Okay.
want to know. So since the modern woman is
The poorest.
what is the actual? What would you
So-
brand?
So
As the richest.
or like what would
and
you brand?
Didi,
Mm.
you know why I said I think. You know why I said I think.
I want to be informed.
Why I
That's
think
not
is
really
why I said I
concerning
think
now.
is
just
because
wanna be
I haven't
informed.
actually given it proper thought.
Thoughts.
But
Okay.
the moment he mentioned it, I kind of had some sort of awakening.
Yeah.
For me,
Mm.
see, personally,
Yeah.
what makes you a woman is not what you are able to do for
Provide.
yourself.
Okay.
For me,
All right.
It's about the level of
So
influence
what makes you a
can
woman
have
then?
on
For me,
society.
even influence, and I know
No,
they
it's
even
the
count
influ-
it.
the influence is-
For me, I
So what
think
is it
what
for you?
makes you a woman, for me,
Like
Is-
not just a woman. Like I think it should
we
have
were
a
saying,
taste.
You had
we're
a
saying
question
woman,
for
we're
me.
saying a
Yes,
woman.
I'm
here
coming.
to-
Yeah. For me, I think what makes you a woman is how you are able to react or handle the things you are not able to provide for yourself.
Okay, I like that.
Your reaction to
Yeah.
the things you are not able to provide for
So
That's
yourself.
you
such
asked
a vague
me-
answer.
You asked
You said
me-
that's a vague
It's
answer.
vague,
I can
but I like
I can
it. I think I can put
I
that
can
to
narrow
talk,
it
especially
down.
in
So you
the-
asked me-
Yes, narrow it down. Please.
I
I'm
also-
so sorry. Let's narrow it
in
down.
part of the things you cannot handle or do for yourself, the things you cannot handle for yourself,
Okay.
you talk about mental stress.
Okay.
You talk about all of the biological or genetics makeup of a woman.
Okay.
When you know how women are easily, they can easily hide behind period cramps to be stupid.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
For me, those are the things. I think it is lame for you to say you are being an idiot because you are on your period.
Give me context.
Right.
I want
It's
context.
clear now.
This is clear
It's
now.
clear
Calm down. Just
No,
give
now
me
maybe somebody has
context.
done
No.
it to you. Let us know.
Yeah, not even somebody
No,
like
I want to understand.
over time.
the
Okay,
term
so I
stupid.
run.
Do you get? I want to understand the term stupid.
I have
Maybe I will
Okay.
not take the word stupid.
let me not.
Maybe I will not take the
Yeah,
word
I said
stupid, but
stupid.
what he said is clear.
I said stupid because that was the first word. That's the first thing that came to my head, and that's like the easiest way I can explain it. No, so you are crashing out, literally crashing out, and when somebody is trying to figure out why you are crashing out, why you are being like this, the answer you can give is that you are on your period.
Yeah.
Because you
I've
can't
heard it
implement-
time
This
and
is so-
time and time and time and time and
Okay,
time
wait,
again.
Let me
Did
give
you
you
want to say something
one
about that?
context.
This
Let
is
me
so-
give you one context. Now
Sorry,
that counters
before you
that.
give me the context, personally, if I am working with you,
Mhm.
or I'm doing anything with you, maybe something that's supposed to put money in both our pockets,
Yeah.
and we are working, we dey work on
Yeah.
something. The moment you give me that, you are off that work.
Mhm.
If I have the power to,
It's on the woman to make her period her personality.
you are off that work.
Yes,
If you off,
that is on her
and if
to
you're
make
off
the
that
girl her
work,
personality.
chances are that I am the next person I'm going to bring into that work
It's going to be
will
a man.
is not going to be a
It's
woman.
going to be a man who does not have
Because I'm
excuse
not
of
going to
period.
take this excuse.
So you
This is
already
one.
generalized.
This is
That
one.
all women are going to tell you that.
Like I said, I have had experiences
So for this
over
you must
and
be meeting the
over.
wrong people.
I'm so sorry.
Maybe I am.
Wait, for this context now, you're telling me about periods.
Oh,
and
sorry,
she-
before you give me this quick question for both of you, have you ever heard a woman blame her period for being the reason why she's the way she is, or she's acting the
Yeah.
way she's acting? Have you heard?
Yes, I
So
have.
why
Have
are you
you heard?
acting foreign to you?
Have you heard?
That's
All
not
right,
what
that's
I'm
fine.
saying.
That's fine. That's all.
I'm saying this context that I asked you to give me a context because I wanted to.
This is one of
understand.
many.
Yes. Now there are men now that wake up one day and act out and crash out. They are crashing out now, maybe breaking bottle or doing something very random. And you people say it's always easy for them to say, it's okay. Even people say, oh, that's how he behaves. That's how he behaves, and they leave it at it. That's it. So that particular
That's not a man thing.
It's not a man thing, but
It's,
I'm telling you
it's
that
human
you
beings
have
generally. Woman feel wake up
friends.
even the day when no be her period. Do no, and if you ask her, she'll
Now,
tell you
this
she's scorpion.
context here
You
says
see, it's that scorpion.
and
It's that
Leo.
scorpion that will bite you.
Now that context now cancels out this particular.
No,
As
it
much as-
doesn't.
no, to me,
No,
it cancels it out.
the only way to
This
cancel it out is
when-
if
when
it
a
will be
woman
if it
acts
is
out
a
and
man
they say
thing.
that
It's not a man
happy and
thing.
all about Jane and Yansu. You've never heard that before.
Or nke nwoke a na-asị na agwụ. Ndị nwoke a na-asị na agwụ kwanụ.
It doesn't. It cannot cancel it out.
I'm not saying he cancels.
You cannot
but
hold
hear what
Agu.
I'm
You
saying.
cannot hold Ogbanje.
These are two stupid excuses.
But we are looking at something, and this is like you
Okay.
guys.
You know that-
We
one.
are debating. Wait.
You
She
know
asked me a
Faith said,
question.
You answer that
I want to
question.
answer it.
Calm down. You answer it.
Yes, I want to answer it.
You know, Faith said it's on the woman to make her period her personality. A lot of women in 2025 make their periods their
personality.
zodiac signs, their current personality. They use it to even fast track how their behavior goes. And great, good for them. However,
So when are you going to speak
Fine.
against such women, or trying to educate them to know
It's
better
choice.
as a woman?
Whatever
Okay, it's
you-
choice.
whatever
That's what
rocks
they've
your
chosen
boat,
to
bro.
do. That's their business. Exactly.
You'll be
It's
fine.
coming from the gender that want men to see things their way. They don't want to
Did you hear them?
educate women who are.
Let's continue. You were going to ask me. a
So
question.
Okay, please. So answer the question. I've already asked you.
ask again.
So you said that the modern woman
is the poorest.
Is the poorest. So
Yeah.
I want to know your definition.
Yes.
Who's the richest?
Okay.
What would you say is the characteristics of the richest woman?
Okay.
Not the money. The money and the basics that she can do.
No,
makes
you,
her
you you spend it to finance. Well, I'm not.
No,
I told you that if I
Like,
see a woman, I'm seeing.
characteristics. I said
I'm trying to be
characteristics.
a feminist.
No, come
These
down.
days, if I see a woman, I'm seeing a fellow man.
Oh my God.
No, I want us to have equal opportunity.
Faith, why you say? But that was
Is that
what you
not
guys
what you
wanted.
want?
That's what you guys
If
wanted.
I have a production and a woman is handling the camera, the same way I will shout for a male camera operator.
Relax.
The same way I
I
shout
did
for a
not-
female camera operator.
Okay.
Can
Okay.
you? I'm not reducing it to finances. I said characteristics. Her character. You said what the modern
answer
woman
that
has.
so that
It's away from
Faith
character.
can
You should have asked me
address-
the context of my.
That's what I'm
speech
saying.
earlier.
I'm being generic about it.
Okay,
So,
so-
not just her finances, like everything.
everything.
So so give me paint a picture. Give me context of what you think the actual richest would be.
Okay, I'm going to answer your question.
Okay.
I'll start by saying, first of all, the most influential woman is the woman who understands that you get the man who you submit to become your mumu button. Like you have the mumu button of the man you submit to.
Okay.
Like every man, every man,
Okay.
no matter how authoritarian he is,
Mhm.
submits or dances to the tune of a woman
Of the person that has his
mumu
mumu
button,
button.
which is most likely to be a woman who submits or who does that thing, those things that
He wants.
not he wants,
So
those things that maintain peace and order.
So you see how we did not talk
It's
about
not-
the issue of submission.
Then
It
I'm
was
not
part
even
of
going
my question.
Yes, I'm
But like I said,
I'm
we'll
not
do
answering our
that.
question.
We'll do
Wait.
that on like
Chief,
this
wait.
episode 2.
Chief,
Yeah.
wait.
The
I
second.
want to continue answering her question.
Okay.
Again, when I talk about the modern woman being the poorest of women, the modern woman has grown to become a selfish woman.
Okay.
And a selfish person can never be properly rich.
Okay.
I know that there's an ounce of selfishness in the average human being. But then a selfish person cannot be properly rich because the core of, let's use our Igbo society as an example. The core of Igbo society says that Igwe bụ ike, which translates that the community is strength. Isn't that so?
Mm.
So if the modern woman, who I term to be the poorest of women over time,
Okay.
they are the poorest because financially they are not there. And if you doubt it, give me one industry even the female-dominated industry that a woman is leading financially. I'll give me one industry. Until you answer this question, I have no
All right,
no more
all
answer.
right. So let's hold it there.
Yeah.
I would like to. I'm trying for us to like quickly round things up here. Like I said, please, both of you should like look into your schedule and give us like another date that we're gonna do the part 2 of this conversation.
Send us possible dates. People
All right.
come to.
All right. So because there are so many aspects of this feminism that we've not been able to talk about. The types, the issue of submission when it comes to feminism.
Feminism has types.
Yeah. She mentioned liberal feminism, the
Radical.
uninformed, the radical, the informed. So
The term was misogyny.
we'll talk about all this. Then we'll also talk about the link between feminism and man hate. That link between feminism and misandry. So we want to talk about all of these things. So in a second part. But for now, Faith, you wanted to address something. So let's quickly do that. I think it was something he asked.
No, she was going to answer her question. He asked Didi if Didi had a question for her. Didi said yes. That she was
I was talking about something. So she wanted to like add to what I was saying.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah, I wanted to add to what I was saying about the whole misandry and us talking about this woman and man issue. We were talking about something.
Okay, so if you can't remember, maybe
I think I can remember. I was trying to say, the man and the woman. Everybody has, before she talked about depression and all those other conversations that we had.
These are all
right,
buzzwords.
but it's okay. It's okay. So
These are buzzwords. You guys are just throwing buzzwords around.
it's okay. It's okay. So
Sorry, sir.
So I'm gonna ask this and end with it. Still the same thing I asked, and I want like a one-word reply. Yeah,
Okay.
so that you don't put explanations to it. Can men
You asking me?
and women be equal?
In
Faith.
Nigeria, no.
Ever. No.
Let me ask it again. This is not about Nigeria. Everywhere in the world, yeah, world order, world peace, and
It's a
world
futile
everything.
venture. The more
Can
you try,
men
the more you
and
waste your time.
women ever be equal?
No.
Yes.
That's L. No. For you?
Yes.
Yes. All right. So I
You did not
think
ask me.
yeah. Okay. So Didi, what do you think? Can men and women be equal?
I don't think so.
Okay. I do not think so too. So that's if you must know. I do not think so. So I think we're bringing this one. And so, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, we'd like to say a very big thank you to our guests, Faith and Elle. Please, a round of applause for them.
Yay! We had so much fun.
Yeah, we had.
Such an
I
amazing
love to
conversation.
talk to people who are grounded and who are composed. Yeah, I've had conversations like this over the years, and yes.
And
Maybe if I say this now, I'll turn to a patriarch. It's always the women. Yes.
How cute.
That tend to flare up, become very loud,
But
No.
flaring up
and
doesn't get your
through
points.
attitudes and all of that.
Exactly.
But I must say, and this is not me being condescending, I must say that Faith, I love how you've been able to handle the conversation. I think that the reason why a lot of men are not listening to the issue of feminism and feminists is because of the people that bring the gospel of it,
Yeah.
how they have gone about it.
Yeah, approach.
I will still maintain that.
Wait,
Conversation
you're not the one that is
feminism.
talking. I'm ending the event. Yeah. So I think it has contributed largely to why people are not listening, because they become cocky. Everything
And
that
start
what they are
insulting
teaching.
You didn't lie. You didn't lie.
And
Sure,
start
okay,
insulting.
I'm happy that you agree
Yeah,
with
that's
me.
very
So
true.
if
Very true.
if I have a conversation with you, with the way you've composed, chances are that I'm gonna want to listen because you're not. I've learnt over time that people who are not throwing tantrums and being very outbursts and all of that are people that they've understood, assimilated a topic, and they are waiting for you to finish so that they can,
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Faith, and
You're
God bless
welcome.
you.
Thank
And
you.
for you, the happy, I love the dynamics that you brought to
This conversation.
the conversation, and I would love for us to do this again. We're gonna
Definitely.
send you our possible our available dates, and we're gonna do this again so that we can finish up. Thank you very much for
And Daddy,
taking out
wow.
your time
3 hours.
and doing this with us. Thank you very much. So also, I want to say thank you to our viewers. Thank you guys for listening and watching up to this point. Please, if you have not subscribed, click the subscribe button right now. Follow us, leave your comments, share the post so that other people can listen and learn. Also, a very big shout out to our sponsors, the Pocari Sweat drink, Dozoville Pizza, and Flamingo Car Care. Thank you guys for doing this with us. And another shout out to, she didn't say it today, as how now? As how now?
As well now, guys.
A very big shout out to my co-host, the beautiful Didi. Thank you guys. It's been an amazing time on Chaotic Pod. I'll see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.
Ciao.
Bye.